The Nike Vomero Plus. Is this the most comfortable running shoe Nike has made in a long time? Today we find out. We're going to break it down from the upper to the midsole to the outsole, and I'm going to tell you exactly who this is for, and this is something you just got to have.
Change your mind, change your life.
So we're going to jump into some quick specs before we dive too deep into the overall performance of the shoe. So first of all, for my size 10.5, the weight comes in right around 10.9 ounces. Stack height of 40 millimeter in the heel, 30 millimeters in the forefoot, giving us this 10 millimeter drop. Now this is definitely a max cushion daily trainer. It's not a race day shoe for me anyway, and so I really wasn't a big fan of going fast in it, but this is definitely a go-to for those long distance and those easy runs. Getting into the upper, I think that this is where Nike did a really solid job, right? So in the heel, you've got a very substantial heel counter. You can see it doesn't really bend down at all. I had a really good lockdown fit, and there was no slippage whatsoever, no rubbing, nothing weird going on back there. The lacing is fairly standard, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but I think that's actually a good thing, right? So you can really dial it in and get a very solid lockdown across the entire foot. Now that toe box was a little more compact than what I'm usually used to or what I really like, but I still didn't have any hot spots. My little pinky toe didn't get rubbed or anything, so no blisters, nothing crazy. So overall, I felt like the fit of the upper was secure. It does get a little bit warm. It is a little bit heavier of a shoe, so down here in this Texas heat, it wasn't the most breathable. But it's Texas, it's always hot here, right? So why would they call this thing? Now, that was one of the first questions asked, why do they call this the Vomero Plus? Well, basically, Vomero line is like their more comfortable, easy run kind of comfort shoe. And so they said, you know what, let's give people more of that. It's got more cushion, it's got more stack, it's got more protection. So it's like the upgraded version for runners who want that extra support, especially on those long days and those recovery runs. All right, so now we're gonna get into the midsole. This, in my opinion, is the best part of the shoe, no questions asked. Now, this midsole is really where it wins. So there's a lot of cushion going on here. Remember I told you that 40 millimeter in the heel? So it's just soft, bouncy, feel-good ride. This is one of those shoes where you head out for a run and it just feels smooth the entire time. Kind of give you some real experience for myself. I've taken this thing up to about 15 miles, and it really does make those long runs feel not so long. And after hard workouts, after those hard speed sessions, maybe a weight training session, this shoe is just one I keep going back to because that foam is just really that comfortable. It's one of those ones where you finish the run, you go, okay, that didn't beat me up like I thought it was going to. So the shoe doesn't just cushion the run, it actually saves your legs. So I think that's huge, especially when you're building on those big miles over and over and over again. Has that ZoomX foam, which is one of the better super foams that are out there. And with that 10 millimeter drop, you're not working your ankle too much. I don't feel like you're overexerting on your Achilles. So whether you're a heel striker, whether you're a forefoot striker, toe striker, whether you are maybe you're overstriding, this can kind of overcome a little bit of that. You need to work on your form so that you're not doing that. But if you are doing it, this is definitely something that'll help you. And I think that with that foam, no matter what distance. Now, I said earlier that this is not something I would pick the paces up on. This is something that I would run fast in. But could you run a marathon in this? Yes, you could. Could you do a half marathon in this? Yes, you could. Especially maybe you're not like trying to break any kind of speed records. If you're just looking for comfort, you need something that's going to save your legs. I think this is a good option when it comes to that foam. All right, now we're gonna get into this outsole. Now, when it comes to outsoles, it's kind of like either it works or it doesn't work. Very rarely are you like, oh my God, it's the best outsole of all time, right? So I've run in this on dry roads, wet roads, even a little bit of gravel kind of at the local parks, and it holds up, right? So there's no slipping, no weird traction issues. It just does what you need it to do. And honestly, with that kind of, look at that coverage, right? With this kind of durability, I've gotten over 400 miles on this shoe, right? And other than it being dirty, it's really held up really well. Still got that bounce, and it's still got plenty of rubber, as you can see. And so I think when you have that kind of coverage, when you've got this kind of well-built shoe, you know that you can get the miles in. And I don't usually go over like maybe 250 miles on a shoe, so that should tell you something. All right, so what is the verdict, right? Well, number one, it's a super comfortable shoe. Great for recovery runs, great for long runs. It's a smooth, enjoyable ride, and obviously, like I said, it is durable. Now, the downside, yes, it's a little on the heavy side. It does run warm, and I don't believe it's really built for speed, right? So it's not as heavy as the original Vomero, but yeah, you feel it a little bit, especially kind of as you get longer into those runs. And if you try to run fast, I'm gonna remind you, it's not really meant to go really, really fast. It's not a quick day shoe. So, but it is a fun shoe to run in, and it does feel lighter on foot than that 10.9 ounce would suggest. So it works for a wide range of runners, whether you're newer to running, you're logging the long miles, maybe you're a heavier runner. And so it's got a pretty accommodating fit, and so it holds up over time. And it just gives you a really smooth ride. So what is our verdict? I would tell you, if you hadn't already guessed, this is a Running with James must-have. So that is our review of the Vomero Plus from Nike. So what I want to know is, what's your go-to recovery shoe right now, and what matters more to you? Is it comfort, or is it that maximum speed performance? Guys, I appreciate you coming in. Remember, this is all about helping you guys out. If we helped you, we ask that you would help us by just dropping a comment below, hit that subscribe button, share it, review us online, all that good stuff, because this is the kind of stuff we want to be helping you guys with. And so you can check us out on Instagram, you can check us out on Facebook. Obviously, you already know we've got the Running with James podcast. You've got to check that out if you're not hitting it up every single week. You can support us by going to Patreon as well, patreon.com/runningwithjames. Awesome content, awesome, great additional content. But no matter what, guys, we always want to remind you, remember, when you change your mind, you can change your life.